Hello everyone, welcome back. We created our first pivot table a few classes ago. Let us assume that our pivot table appears in a very simplistic form, making it have a plain look. Today, I'll show you how to format it so it's both easy to read and presentation ready. So to start, let us copy this original one somewhere else. Okay. All right. And let us work with the original pivot table. So let us start by applying built-in styles. Click anywhere inside the pivot table, as we have done, and then go over to the pivot table design tab. Click on it, and we're at the pivot table styles. If you click on the arrow, you have a range of different styles that you can use. Just hover on them to see which one appeals to you. Let us pick a clear style with bold headers and banded rows. Let's work with this. Now let's improve readability with number formatting. So right click on any number in the values column and choose the number format. Okay, you can set it to currency or whichever works for you. Let's classify it as a number. Ask it to use a separator, and we want we want them to be in two decimal places. Then we say okay. Okay. Again, count ID. Let's leave it without a decimal place, but the sum of quantities we can have one decimal place for that. Let us also change the layouts. In pivot tables, we have three options for layout. So still under the design tab, click on report layout. We have the compact form here. Everything is stacked to save space, and that's the default that Excel presents. We also have the outline form, and this is great for showing levels of data clearly. We also have the tabular form, which is used for printing and exporting. So it puts each field in its own column. Now, there are three common mistakes that we can avoid, and that is formatting the pivot table from the Home tab. We might be tempted to format the pivot table from the Home tab using the number field here. This change only affects the cell appearance and not the underlying pivot table format. So the moment your data changes or you refresh the table, those formats vanish. The best way to do it again is to click on the number or the column you're interested in, right click and say number format, and there you can format the number as you wish. Another mistake is formatting values directly. For example, you may want to change a whole column's format, thinking that it will apply to the entire value field, but instead, only one row or one subtotal gets formatted. Pivot tables often include grouped values, subtotals, or multiple summary types like sum and count. Thus, formatting just a single cell doesn't cover them all. What you need to do again to emphasize is to right click and select number format, and you work from here. This ensures that all instances of that value, totals, subtotals, row items, get the same format. The third um, mistake is leaving the layout in compact form when you really need a tabular form. Excel's default again is to leave the Excel tables in compact form, which um, reduces multiple fields into one column. It looks cleaner, but it's not always ideal. When you're trying to export, print, or analyze data clearly, compact form can make things harder to read, and you might not even see all your headers. What to do instead is to click on the pivot table and go to design and click on report layout, and then you select show in tabular form. Here you'll get a clearer view with separate columns for each field and visible headers on every row. If you ever find yourself wondering why your formatting disappeared or why your layout looks jumbled, chances are that you have run into one of these three issues. Use your right click, number format click, and switch your layout as needed. Now you know how to format a pivot table, so it not only works well, but looks amazing too. In the next class, we'll filter our data to zoom in on the details that matter.